Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WrestleBuddy Dynamite Recap with Mjf Promo, the Trip King of Wrestling. What we had tonight, overall decent show. Nothing spectacular, but nothing bad. So we're just going to jump right into the show. CM Punk, Dax Harwood, kicking the show off with a fantastic wrestling match. Just if you want to know what wrestling is all about, you tune in to watch Dax Harwood versus CM Punk because they put on a certified banger. I can't say anything else. This is a great match. You should definitely be checking it out, and that's all I'll say about it. It ends when Punk got the Anaconda Vice. We got a little bit of the sharpshooter. This match was definitely had something to do with the Bret Hart versus Stone Cold match from WrestleMania 13. It's the 25-year anniversary today. So that definitely had something to do with it. They're both Dax, big Bret fan. Punk, big Bret and Austin fan. We had the sharpshooter involved in this. That was definitely the reason behind this match, and it was great. Welcome, Chris. Welcome, Courtney, to the show. And again, as I said, Punk wins with the Anaconda Vice. So it was nice to see him win with that instead of the GTS. And then afterwards, he did a few gestures that he's coming for Hangman Page. He's coming for that AEW title. Yeah, did the Hangman noose. He did the title. He said, yeah, baby. That's where he's coming from. He's just going to have to get in line because Adam Cole's next. Thank you, babe. After that, we get a Jericho Appreciation Society promo in the back where they just talking about stuff. He talks about Eddie Kingston, the Santana and Ortiz, what they're going to do, the Dark Order. It's just that. And it's more of the Jericho Appreciation Society stuff, which, again, I really feel like I'm going to be enjoying this going forward. It's good. FTR face turn coming too. Yes, I definitely see it. It was nice to see Cash stay in the back until his boy was down, and then eventually he kind of like came his way out, but he never got involved. Unless I'm forgetting something, but he never got involved. He was just there to hype him up. So that was good. After the Jericho Appreciation Society promo, we got a tornado tag with 8 men, and it was complete mayhem. So if you can just throw out the ideas of tag team wrestling and just watch this match for what it is a very, very fun time. We're getting to see Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Sting, and Darby Allin on the same team taking on Private Party, Butcher and Blade. And right from the rip, this match just started. Darby did the suicide dive on him, which is always awesome to see. Sting got on top rope, took out the rest of them. Tony Schiavone's all like, don't do that, Sting, don't do this. Shut Tony Schiavone, let Sting do what he does. This match went everywhere. It went to the back, went to the stage. Very little of it happened in the ring. Matt Hardy, he took the double. I don't even know what the move's called, but he took one of those from Private Party off the stage. Meanwhile, in the back, Sting is holding down Butcher and Blade for Jeff Hardy to climb up one of the biggest damn ladders you ever see to get on top of the thing on the on the building. It's like a ledge inside the building for the window. He did that, did a swanton onto both of them through the table. He missed by about 2 feet. He didn't really catch all of Blade, but it was still crazy to see. The crowd was back there. They had him back there. It was hype. It was a fun match. Darby took a Butcher, had him up, and then he started smashing him against the rails and then threw him down the steps. That was brutal to see. Overall, just so fun. There was a botch at the end with Sting, but I'm not gonna. This match was just chaos, and I don't care. He ended up hitting the Scorpion Death Drop while Matt Hardy did the Twist of Fate on Private Party, and then we got the 1, 2, 3. Good guys win. Crowd goes home happy. But yeah, good times. After that, Tony Schiavone is now in the back and he's interviewing FTR, and they're calling out the Gun Club because they were ringside, and he refused to call them the Gun Club. He refused to call them the Ass Boys. He refused to even call them by their names. Billy's son. Now, what I think is happening here is next week we're getting FTR versus Gun Club, Ass Boys, Billy's Kids, whatever you want to call it. FTR likes to do the nostalgia act, and since they're doing a thing with Billy Gunn right now, I fully believe what we're getting is Road Dogg Jesse James coming in, and we're going to get FTR versus New Age Outlaws. Is what it is. I'm not mad as long as it's not something that sticks around forever. FTR, New Age Outlaws, just for the nostalgia would be fun. If they're not going that way, then I'm just an idiot and don't listen to me ever. But I think that's where it's heading. After that, we go to a tag team match back in the ring. Bryan Danielson versus John Moxley versus Varsity Blondes. Regal went on commentary, did his thing, and then this match went pretty much how you think it would go. John Moxley and Bryan Danielson put the hurt on these boys. Interesting note here, they had Julia Hart sitting on the ring steps throughout the entire time. Patch is still on her eye, and she's just kind of like sitting there, like almost rocking back and forth in a dazed and confused stance, whatever you want to call it. So there's something going on there. They really played up on it because, again, 4 or 5 times they got that camera angle to get Julia Hart down there like that. Basically, the match ended when Bryan and John basically were just violently beating Griff and and Brian Pillman down in the ring, and then put him in the submissions. They tap out, match over. Might join them. I still think just a lot of people think Julia Hart will be joining the Dark Order. I don't see how she fits other than he blew mist in her face, but we'll see. But I don't think she really fits in with what Mox and Danielson are doing. Someone said Serena Deeb would be the perfect candidate for that, and I fully agree. But after the match, Mox gets on the microphone. He cuts a promo, a little long, but it was good. House of Black, yeah, Julia Hart, House of Black. That's what a lot of people think. Mox basically put over Regal and Bryan Danielson and said they're ready to challenge anybody and hurt anybody and hope you're ready for a war. If you want the Liverpool badge of honor, you're going to have to earn it the hard way. And that basically means you're going to have to go through them and get your ass whooped. So that was that. Good. It was a decent match for what it was. If you have time, watch it. There's nothing bad about it, but we kind of knew what was going with it. From there, top of the hour, it is time for the MJF promo. We get to hear from good old Max. He comes out. He's got security between the rampway and the ring. He gets in there. Sean Spears is just sitting in the chair like this, listening on. I'll just hit some of the quotes MJF hit because there was tons of them. He first started with Wardlow. He went in on Wardlow. Then he went over to CM Punk. He says, "We're not done." He goes, "I don't know when. I don't know how." Yes, Bullet Club Combat, Black Bull Combat Club. I totally butchered it. Thank you, David. That's what they're calling themselves. I don't know where I got Liverpool from. My apologies. So he went over Punk, said, "I don't know when, I don't know where, but we will have a match again. And when it does, it's going to be the worst loss of your career. We won't be done until you're dead, and I'm pissing on your grave." Sean Spears in the back going, ha, 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 cracking up. Then he went back to Wardlow. He basically let it be known, "I made you, Wardlow. You're under contract to me, not AEW. I'll stop." What does he say? The crowd just started getting to MJF. They started chanting Wardlow, and he's like, "Oh yeah." And he said, "I'll strap Wardlow to a cross like Jesus. How you like that?" Shut him up for a second. It was a good line. I liked it. Then Wardlow comes out and he's amped up. Security stops him. He starts throwing the security around, but then more security comes out. There's like 10, 12 of these guys. Grabbed them, holding them still. And Wardlow is just kind of like trying to, but there's too many holding them. He's got the intensity built up. He's selling like a champ. Wardlow has everything you need in a pro wrestler. And then while he's doing that, MJF is just still spitting that hot fire. He's basically saying, "You don't work for AEW, so as far as we're all concerned, you're trespassing. You're no different than a fan jumping the rails. So you need to get out of here." And then he's basically said, since you work for me, I'm not going to release you from a contract. I'm going to keep paying you for you to stay home so that whether it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, I don't care. I'm not going to let you go until everyone forgets who you are, because that's how I found you when nobody knew who you are. Wardlow finally was like, okay, done. And he walks off. Security follows him out. MJF, very proud of himself. The match, I'm assuming you're talking about CM Punk and MJF, and I think that's a possibility. I still don't think that CM Punk needs to have the belt at any point in time. That's just me. We will see. After that, Max talked about the Pinnacle real quick. Says, we are not done. We are far from done. And next week, we'll be back on track with FTR taking on the Gun Club. From there, they go to an Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Utah interview in the back, which was also accompanied by the Best Friends. And basically, Orange Cassidy just stands there with his hands in his pocket, like that's what he does. And then Trent basically went to Wheeler Utah, says, you're disrespectful. I've never liked you. What you did last week was wrong. And then Wheeler Utah says, look, I'm not here to be best friends. I'm here to be a professional wrestler. He's going to do what's best for him. He goes, I never liked you either, Trent, and then walked off. So we're getting a Trent versus Wheeler Utah match. Maybe next week on Rampage. That's coming. And the Wheeler Utah leaving Best Friends and joining the Blackpool Combat Club. Got it that time. That story's coming up next. Cole beats Page. Punk beats Cole. MJF beats Punk. No, sir. Cole ain't losing no, Punk ain't beating Adam Cole. That's no, not happening. Hopefully. That's my hope. Anyway, from there we go to the Adam Cole versus Jay Lethal match, and another just great match. These guys got chemistry. It was good. I enjoyed it very much. About halfway through the match, Red Dragon comes out, peeking their head out to the back. They make their way to ringside. Eventually, they get on the apron. They distract Jay Lethal. Adam Cole does the whole low blow on Jay Lethal. At one point, Jay Lethal went for a springboard, and Adam Cole hit him with a super kick in the back of his head. This time, the springboard into the low blow. Adam Cole hit, and 1, 2, 3, game over. Adam Cole gets the win. Jay Lethal leaves. Red Dragon comes in. Adam Cole gets the microphone, and he basically he talks about there is nobody on this planet that deserves that AEW title more than me. Page got lucky. He had lightning in a bottle. Next time, I'm going to take that bottle, shove it right up his yoo-hoo. And then that out comes Hangman Page. He don't even care that there's 3 people in there. It's his one. He slides in. He starts hitting him with a little belt. And then numbers game, low blow. They start taking him out. They're beating on for a minute. Then out comes Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Your tag team champions. They're making an appearance on Dynamite for like 5 seconds. Christian's with them. But like I said, Adam Cole and Red Dragon, they're leaving. Adam Cole has taken the belt, though. Whether that's for good or if it was just for tonight, we will see. I hope it's for good. I want to see that. I want to see Adam Cole basically take what's rightfully his and Hangman Page just be livid about it. There's a Ring of Honor tie-in with the 2 of them, so easy story to write. Yeah, it's easy story to write. I don't think Punk should be beating any young talent for the AEW title, though. That's just me. So that little bit was dedicated to the Cole Hangman Page storyline moving forward. No Young Bucks tonight. I didn't even realize that till right now. They didn't play into this at all, and I don't get it, but I'm happy about it. Let's see. After that, they go to a Dustin Rhodes versus Lance Archer video package. I don't know where this rivalry came from, but these 2 dudes seem to hate each other a lot. They got a match on Rampage. This promo video kind of sold to me. I kind of want to watch it now. So good job on that one with the production team. The next up, everybody's favorite couple is in the ring. It's Sammy and Tay being interviewed by Tony Schiavone. Basically, they're calling out American Top Team. So out comes Dan Lambert with Scorpio Sky, your TNT champion, and Ethan Page. Dan Lambert, I'm a fan of. I know a lot of people don't like him. I think he's hilarious. The one line he hit here was really good. Paige Van Zandt wasn't there, so he basically says something about, you can get that $10 a month and pay for her OnlyFans, and you'll get to see exactly why Orange Cassidy always has his hands in his pockets. Good job, Dan Lambert. I liked it. He made some kind of horror-source joke as well. I didn't like that one as much, but again, I think he's funny for the most part. We seem to be going with a Sammy and Tay versus American Top Team rivalry. So we'll see what goes from there. Next up, we get another video package for Rampage, where this time it is Isaiah Swerve Scott. I don't think that's his name in AEW, but Swerve. And Ricky Starks. I know where this one came from. I'm excited for this one. I don't like it as on Rampage. I think these two deserve a much better spot. I think this is a rivalry that could be done down the road and have more meaning to it than just a throwaway Rampage main event. I don't think either one should be taking a loss. We'll see what happens, though. It'll be a great match. And again, between this match and then the Dustin Rhodes Lance Archer, I think Rampage is going to be worth your time this week. From there, we go to Layla Hirsch versus Red Velvet, Chris Statlander, barred from ringside. She's not allowed out there. So, this match started before the bell rang. Red Velvet got the upper hand. They started going. I missed the end of this. I just saw Layla Hirsch got the win. I heard him say something about taking part of the ring turnbuckle and hit Red Velvet with it, then hit it, pinned her, 1, 2, 3. Layla Hirsch should get the win. She's being built up a little bit. Afterwards, she starts attacking Red Velvet more. Out comes Chris Statlander for the save. Gets a little bit of offense in. Layla Hirsch leaves. Good job. Overall, decent segment for the women. I liked it from what I did see. They transition right into Jade Cargill in the back with an interview, and basically what she's talking about, how she's going to celebrate her 30th win, in which she'll be 30-0. She didn't hit Who's Next this week. Thank you. Don't ever do it again. She's playing to the whole green thing because everyone talks about how green she is, which she is. But I love that she's trolling people with it. She goes, we need to have money falling from the ceiling. She got her green hair still. She goes, I need green Lamborghinis pulling up. I need green this. She's just talking about green, 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 green. Yeah, I get it. Good job, Jade. I like it. This girl is a superstar. Hopefully they get some girls that give her competition because she's going to need it here in the near future. So that's the segment. That was it. From there, we go to Thunder Rosa, and she's being interviewed by Tony Schiavone now. Tony Schiavone is a very, very busy man. Thunder Rosa comes out with her belt before she even say anything. We get, excuse me. Excuse me. This shit was cringe. I did not like it at all. But we knew it was coming because Nyla Rose ended up attacking her in the end. Thank God she saved us because Vicky was annoying. Love the new Statlander. Shane Strickland. Yes, thank you, Chris. Sorry, but I like Swerve. The Swerve Strickland. That's what it is in AEW. I got it. Thank you, Chris. And yes, the new Statlander. Hopefully she gets away from that whole alien thing and becomes like an ass kicker. That's what needs to happen. Serious Vicky. Poor Thunder. This was not a way to introduce it. No, it isn't. It was terrible. And it's kind of the same thing we did with Hangman Page. They introduced him in such a poor way as champion, and they did the same thing here. Thunder got the worst of it because, again, she got attacked and left for dead. I don't think Nyla Rose is a bad first challenger for her. Clearly, Thunder will come out on top here. And Nyla Rose is just always going to be that beast that's lurking. So it's not a bad, and I look forward to it. I think Nyla Rose is one of the more consistent performers they have too. So I think this will be a decent feud as long as we keep the Vicky Guerrero nonsense to a minimum. And by minimum, I mean just don't have her come out and talking. She can be at ringside. Don't have her on the microphone. That shit is old. Now it is time for the main event. Alex Reynolds and John Silver, my boy Johnny Hungy, taking on the Jericho Appreciation Society team of Chris Jericho and Daniel Garcia. I like seeing my boy Johnny Hungy in the main event, so I'm not going to complain that this was the main event. It was a decent tag match. Nothing spectacular, but it was a decent tag match. My favorite part of a Johnny Hungy match is when it's a tag team and he gets the hot tag because he comes in and just starts taking out everybody. At one point, the Dark Order was kicked out. The people on the outside kicked out. But Jericho Appreciation Society was allowed to stay. sports entertainers. Yes, and it's a great gimmick for AEW. It is a perfect gimmick for it. When Johnny Hungy started just hitting everybody with offense, it's such a fun thing to watch. If you don't like John Silver, leave. Go. I'll wait. Just go. Go to the door, open it, leave, and slam it on yourself. Because John Silver is fantastic. He hitting everybody that moves. Gets back in the ring, gets right back to the match, starts taking out Jericho. Unfortunately, the numbers game was too much. While Aubrey was down, going, oh, what's going on? Not paying attention. Jack takes him out of the match. Alex Reynolds still game. He goes against the rope. Jericho's there with the belt. Bam! Takes him out. And then Danny Garcia puts him in the sharpshooter, a.k.a. Scorpion Deathlock, whatever we want to call it. And then really does the wrench back where it really looks painful. And Jericho Society gets the win. And then afterwards, they celebrate as the show goes off the air. That's a show. Overall, it was a good wrestling show. They accomplished quite a bit. I don't think there's anything spectacular about tonight, but that doesn't mean it's a bad show. That just means you just had a bunch of good stuff because I was fully invested the whole time. Just one more shout out to John Silver and Alex Reynolds. The way they work together in tag teams is just so damn good. I don't think there is a better team that does offense together because it's just so like rapid fire. It's like boom, 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 boom. And it's not spot after spot after spot. There's reason for everything and it just flows together so nicely. So for that part alone, you should watch this match. But it's John Silver, so I suggest watching anything with John Silver. But again, that was the show. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't watched it yet, obviously go back. I told you the high spots, but really most of the show is watchable. Thank you for the chat, for joining in. Looks like I had a crowd tonight. I appreciate it very much. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're sharing this with your boys and your friends and their family. Let them know the Drip King got the recaps on lock. I can see this leading to a Jericho Society versus the Blackpool. Yes, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking as this was unfolding. You got the entertainers versus the wrestlers. It's beautiful. It writes itself. I cannot wait. Great minds think alike there, David. Good shout out. But back to the ending. Like I said, I appreciate you all joining me. Thank you, Chris. I see you as well. And again, I will be back, I think, on Friday for the podcast with WrestleBuddy. And then on my channel, Drip King of Wrestling, Mjf Bay. On Sunday, I'll have a new video for you. And then I'll be back with the Monday recap next week for WrestleMania week. It's going to be a big week for WrestleBuddy. It's going to be a big week for all wrestling fans. So get ready. It's going to be awesome. Thank you one last time for joining. I love you all. And I will see you on Friday. So goodbye. Boom.